ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वंदे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वंदे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरम्। ओम विदिताखिलशास्त्र सुधाजलधे महितोपनिषत् कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं शरणं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ओम ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। छान्दोग्योपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्तिविश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापकानां नित्यनिरन्तर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रुविघ्नशाश्वत समूलनिर्मूलनपूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य शाश्वतरूपेण वैदिकैन्दवसंस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नमध्ये सामवेदान्तर्गत छान्दोग्योपनिषदः श्री आद्यशंकर भाष्य सहित अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम श्री परब्रह्मणे नमः। अथ सामवेदांतर्गत छान्दोग्योपनिषत् भगवान श्री आदिशंकर कृत मंगलाचरण श्लोक chanted 2 times. ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने ॐ सच्चिदानन्दसान्द्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्रीदेशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने. What a beautiful mantra, such a thought provoking one, so much of informative and inspirational. Sufficiently, we have seen. One more thing we can see today is same. Sachidananda Sandraya is Parabrahma Sarupa. Sarvatitaya, he created everything, but he is beyond everything. In the created thing, everywhere he is there, monitoring everything, managing everything, supervising everything. Yet, he is a Sakshi. The same Paramatma in our life, when we deserve, comes as Deshikendra, to whom we have to Namaha. Salute is equal to totally surrender. By his grace, that Shiva Sarupa of the above Brahman, we realize as ourselves. Thereby, the Ashivata in us, that of Ahankara, that of Ajnana, that of Moha, that of Jiva Bhava, that of Samsara, all that Shiva Ghatine is destroyed. This is one way. Same thing from the Guru standpoint. Navashri Deshikendraya. I have come to my Guru, who is a giver of that direction towards ultimate to me. This Guru for me is none less than the Brahman only. Who is that Brahman? Sachidananda Sandra, Sarvatita, Sakshi. So here the Guru is the one to whom we are praying, and all the Sachidananda Sandraya, Sarvatitaya, Sakshini are his adjectives, his Visheshanas. To such Guru, with that faith in us that is none less than Brahman, we are surrendering. When we are surrendering to him, we are asking from him, expecting from him, wanting from him only one thing. Shivaya Ashiva Ghatine. Give me that Shivata by which all the Ashivata is totally eliminated. So Shiva is Ananda, Ashiva is Dukkha. Shivaya, the one who is Shiva Swarupa, therefore he gives that to me. Ashiva Ghatine, when the Shiva Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa, Paramatma Anubhuti is gained, the Ashivata of our life, of all bondage limitations, they go away. So in that way, when you ponder over, contemplate over, this shloka can give us very many sublime guidances for our prayer as well as convictions, commitments. The total thought, if you see from a bird's eye view, surrender to the Parabrahma Paramatma, surrender to the Guru, and through their blessings and guidance, discover the Shiva Swarupa in you and eliminate the Ashivata. Same Shivata you spread in the world, so that from the world also the Ashivata goes away. Sachidananda Sandraya, Sarvatitaya, Sakshine, Namaha Shri, Deshikendraya, Shivaya, Ashiva Ghatine. है Shivaya, Shiva Ghatine can be felt in another way also, that Guru being the Shiva Swarupa, in his company when we are, all our Ashivata goes away. When we are in the good friendship company of a doctor, and such a good friendship we developed, Ashiva Gatine, he will time to time guide us to eliminate the Ashivata of the Anarogya or diseases from our life. So to everybody, the mother, father, totally dedicated to them, in that devotional dedicated, being one with the parents, by providing all guidance to us, by giving us money, by giving us all sorts of guidance, protection, they save us from the Ashivata, the Dukkha. The Paramatma, the Guru, the Mitra, all of them parents, they are the ones Shiva Swarup. When we are in their company with full trust, faith, Ashiva Ghatine, the life is freed from the Ashivata. And to get more inspiration in this regard, opposite also we have to understand that if you don't have good friend, if you don't have total surrender to parents, if you are not totally obedient to Guru's guidance, and also if you are not surrendering to Paramatma, exactly opposite we are doing. Instead of good friend, a bad friend. Instead of parents respect to them, disrespect. Not having Guru at all in life, nastic. If these four things are done in our life, all the opposite will happen. Shiva Ghatatva and Ashiva Prapti. All the good, all the fortune, all blessings, all happiness, which is called Shiva, Ghatine, Ghati, Ghatam, removal of that, destruction of that happens, and Ashivata, all the Amangalata, all the Dukkha will come in our life. So, is it not by this shloka we are so subtly, beautifully guided as to what we have to do as our Purushartha? This way, deeply understanding is the study of the Shastra. So, therefore, make my life free from Ashivata and fill it with Shivata. Or fill the life with Ashivata without any trace of Shivata. Both are in my hands. That it is I who have to will for it, it is I who have to pray for it is I who have to try for it. If I try, it will happen. If you don't try, it won't happen. So, therefore, keep on trying. Right? In the same way is the most one of the powerful, useful, beautiful, divine, most excellent, all inclusive, highly inspirational, highly informative is the Shanti mantra also of this Samaveda Upanishads, which we are studying from last 2 3 days. Being very important, slowly, steadily we are going through. Now, having seen Shankara Bhagavan's mantra, and let us study the Upanishadic Shanti mantra 2 times again. And whatever we have seen, आगे उसका the further portion let us study. Revel in the chanting. Om ath shanti mantraha. Om apyayantu mamangane. Vak pranaha. Chakshuh shrotram. Atho balam. Indriyani cha sarvani. Sarvam brahma upanishadam. Maham brahma nirakuryam. Mama brahma nirakarot. Anirakaranamastu. अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ओम शान्ति शान्तिः शान्तिः. Once again, ओमाप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोतु अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Narayana, half of it we have seen. First one is Apyayantu. So, Apyayanam is Pushtikaranam, Tushtikaranam, Samruddhikaranam. So that there is no issue at all there at that level that they are traveling and they have to pay unnecessary extra attention to them. Apyayanam, Samruddhikaranam, Pushtikaranam, Shaktikaranam. All these words you can use for the word apyayanam, apyayantu. And this apyayanam, by divine grace it happens, and by our effort it happens. So our prayatna also, Bhagavad Krupa also. Krupartham we do the upasanas. And in our prayatnam we become very careful. Now, what things should be in that apyayantu sthiti? Mama angani, my limbs. The limbs here are directly take it as all the physiological functions. So that the body is fit, body is healthy. It has no diseases, problems, any of the abnormalities anywhere. Otherwise, the mind will be attending to that only. The whole life is dukkha dukkha. So, mama angani apyayantu. Whatever the age I am in, growing old, let the weakness they may come sometime because of old age, but pains, problems should to the body never come. Apyayantu mama angani. So, the digestive system may it be perfect, respiratory system may it be perfect. Every of the nine systems which we have, and all of them be apyayantu. See that when the sankalpa is done, when the prarthana is done, for the whole lifespan, whatever we are living, all the limbs will be in the apyayana condition. This, what is said now, you will understand. Only when you know, in our own life, when you remember, if at all it has happened, thank God if it doesn't happen, or when we know how many thousands and lakhs and crores of people are suffering with so many abnormalities of the body. And imagine that. Go and see in the hospitals with the various bodies giving troubles and pains, how much suffering they are going through that. They can't even move from the bed. Anyway, they can't move from bed. They can't do whatever they have to do for their survival. Then how can they do the sadhana? Dekho, dekho. Even in our life, how many times it happened? That terrible stomach ache, 3 days, 4 days, totally gone for it. Not only we did not do our sadhana, we didn't do our own duties also. Not only we didn't do our duties, we had to force our people, family members, to give up their duty and take the duty of serving us. How many times it happened? Should we have that condition that we are so at the body level suffering that people are suffering, serving us, giving up their duties, their sadhanas? ऐसा होना चाहिए क्या? And we are also not able to do the sadhana and just stuck up to the bed and suffering. See, our rishis visualized all that. For one to do the duties, for one to do sadhanas, for one to serve the world. For all of that, the body all through life should be fit. Not only this body, any number of lives I take up for my spiritual journey and realization till it happens. Every time, throughout life, the angas should be apyayantu. And you can see some examples. 95 years, so intact they are. Never they had to suffer. One day they died. That's okay. That is done. Hoto hota hi hai. He will enter into other body. But anga apyayanam is there. In that they are lucky that they have good money. Therefore they can afford good food and they have good doctors to suggest guide them. And they are also involved in those regular upasanas by which the Devata Krupa keeps the body intact. So apyayantu mamangani importance, please understand. So to apyayantu vak pranaha chakshushrotram atho balam. All these five exhaustively we have seen. The Vani also apyayantu. In that apyayanam of the Vani, I should have the Vani first of all. And that Vani should have good tone, good tune, good sound touching the hearts of the people. And there are some people in the world, by their mere few words talking, remove entire pain of the people and then fill them, their hearts with the joy and inspiration. कोई कोई महात्मा लोग होते ना इतना वाणी भगवान Rama belongs to that category. Anybody, even Shatru also gets mesmerized with his talk. Vak Shakti it is called. Soothing Shakti of the Vani. Vani hona hai, and that should have all the tone and tune, and it should have the Madhurata, as we saw Madhuvata, Rutayate, etc. yesterday, and also that power in it, that it is removing the dukkha of others. Because that Vak Shakti, Shabda Shakti, Achintyatva, that Vani of the Guru can awaken the disciple from that ignorance, Aham Jivosmi, to Aham Brahmas. Our Vani should be like that. Like Bhagavan Rama praises Hanumanji in the very first meeting. When Hanumanji asks all that, who are you, where from you have come, looking like Kshatriyas but dressing like Munis, Rishis, all of that. Listening to that, Rama says to Lakshmana about Hanuman, he is not an ordinary person, he is a Pandita. He is such a Mahagnani. In his Shabdas, full of 100% Vyakarana followed. Maryada is followed. Atiti Maryada is followed. He has never expressed his ego, nor he has suspicion on us. He just asking the question out of inquisitiveness. Such way of talking is not possible unless somebody is a Mahagnani. वाल्मीकि रामायण में हनुमान जी को राम जी फर्स्ट इंस्टेंस में ही प्रेज करते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ द वाणी ऑफ हनुमान जी. That's why Nava Panditaye Namaha, one of the Ashtotar Nama, in the Ashtotar Nama, one name of Hanumanji is this one. In Rama's Ashtotar also we see Om Smita Vaktraya Namaha, Om Mitabhashine Namaha, Om Purva Bhashine Namaha. With smiling face, in minimum words, taking initiative. He alone will talk in such a way that the other person is fully satisfied, contented. Like that, how many ways we can see the Vak Shakti's Prabhava in this world. If you know how to talk, you have won the world. If you don't know how to talk, we have lost the world. As it is said, so many abhushanas we wear, they are not the bhushana. The Vani alone is bhushana, which is full of grammatical perfection, full of meaningfulness, purposefulness, with all the sweetness of the expressions. No, it's not accidental. It won't happen just like that. When we pray to God, when we pray to the gurus, when we ourselves try continuously, then that Vani we learn by which we can make everyone so happy. People are waiting for us to speak. ये कब बंद करता है क्यों बोलता रहता है From that stage, people should wait for our speech. That type of walk we need to have for Vyavahara, for serving the world. And here, spiritually, the walk is for us to ask question to the Guru, answer to the Guru's questions. Whatever the mantra Guru is teaching us, we are chanting them. For all of that, the Vak Apyayanam should be there always. So, that beautiful mantra, Keyurani na bhushadanti purusham, harana chandrojvala, na snanam, na vilepanam, na kusumam, na alankruta murdhajaha, vanyeka savalam karoti purusham, ya samskrita dhayate, kshiyante kila bhushanani satatam, vag bhushanam bhushanam. Wonderful mantra, na? Vag bhushanam bhushanam, ya samskrita dhayate. That which is well trained, well cultured Vani is the highest of the motion. Oh. That is why Vak. So to the Prana Shakti. Tirelessly, continuously, we are able to fulfill our duties, worldly duties, spiritual. Apyayanam of the Prana. Imagine such type of Vyaktitva we have, fully it is ready to serve the Guru, serve the Lord, do the sadhana, serve the world. That's the meaning of Prana. So to Chakshuhu. Apyayantu Chakshu. Chakshu, the gross one we saw yesterday, the eyes have to be intact, healthy, a long time, so that we can see our books, read them, and all of that. In a subtle manner, Chakshu is like all our Devata Rupas are described with their every part of the body, mainly with the eyes. है ना आंखों का उनका सुंदरता that also with Kamala Kamalaksha, Nalina Dalaksha, Kamala Dalaksha, Pundarikaksha. Don't we see about all our devatas worshipped? Described with I. What is the meaning of it? That they are not नजरअंदाज नहीं कर रहे in Hindi. नजरअंदाज करना मीन्स अपने दृष्टि को उधर बदल लेना, टर्न करना, so that you are expressing your unwillingness to listen to that person, to help that person. Sign of disapprovals, disobediences, signs of non-readiness is the meaning of nazarandaz. Nazar ko. But here the all devatas are looking at us with the eyes widely open, symbolizing that they are looking at everything what you are saying and what you are talking. They are looking at our position to assess, understand. है ना? आंखों देखा जायजा लेने के लिए मंत्री वहां गए जहां एक्सीडेंट हुआ. To have the first hand experience, you go and look at with your own eyes. So all our devatas open their eyes and look at us. They don't decide what you call neglect us. Second, in their eyes widely opened, there is prema, there is krupa, there is karuna, symbolizing the intention behind that this person should be freed from all the dukkha. Did we ever see any animal or the bird or any human being with our eyes that इस व्यक्ति का, इस जीव का सारा दुख दूर हो जाए, इनको शांत हो जाए? That is करुणा, कृपा कटाक्ष, करुणा कटाक्ष कहते हैं उसको. The eye seeing with कृपा करुणा, है ना? क्रोध दृष्टि, you can see somebody with आंख फाड़ फाड़ कर देखना. कामना दृष्टि also we can have. द्वेष दृष्टि we can have. But prema drishti, krupa drishti, karuna drishti, है ना? Like kalyana शीतल कटाक्ष निरीक्षणेन तापत्रय प्रशमनैक परम सुधीरम. We talk about our Gurudev. With his kalyana शीतल कटाक्ष निरीक्षण, all tapas he removes. So to mother, yat kataksha samupasana vidhi, sevakasya sakalartha sampada. By her, just kataksha only, to her sevaka bhakta, Mother Lakshmi, bestows with all the sampada. And then bhaktas go to the temple, not only for them to see the Lord, more than that, the Lord should see them. How many times we went to see the Mahatmas, expecting them to look at us, and when they look at us, how much joy, fulfillment in us. Even a political leader comes, you wait for him to look at you. When he looks at, उन्होंने मेरे को देखा. So much is there in this eye. So to Bhadram Pashyema Akshavihi Ajatra. My eye should be wanting always to see the Bhadrata. How many times did we think that in our country, Bharat Mata, how many thousands of temples are there? Great temples. Lord, there very much waiting for devotees to bless them. Did we ever think that यार मैं देश में जितने महामंदिर है वहां जाकर भगवान का दर्शन करूं? Yeah, in my own state or in my own village, every week I'll go look at the Lord, pray to Him, ask Him to bless me. That is called as Bhadram Pashyema Akshavi. That is the meaning of Apyayantu Chakshu. Like that, it is endless. So Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranas Chakshu, again Shrotram. Apply whatever is said for the Chakshu to the Shrotram, your homework. Atho Balam. So Vak Pranaha Chakshuhu Shrotram Atho Balam. The physical strength. Atho Balam. You can add the Balam means for sadhana, whatever required the Balam. Physical Balam. So to sometimes you have to have the Jana Balam or Dhana Balam. जहाँ कभी कोई यज्ञ करना है, उपासना करना, तो you have to have the Dhana Bala, you have to have Jana Bala. Balam चाहिए. Isn't it? So Balam is a big word. Bala Buddhi Vidya Deha Mohi. All the strengths. In case of any country to be taken ahead, or like the Sanatana Dharma has to be spreading to the whole world to bless. It needs so many bala. So many, so many. There are 25 types of Shaktis are there. All of them are Shakti. Yes, the constitution is also a Shakti. The political Shakti, the financial Shakti, the intellectual Shakti, the emotional Shakti, the Shakti of the people, then the Jnana Shakti, then Tapo Shakti. It's so many, so many. Balam, in one word to understand it, in my life to do my sadhana and to serve, every time any bala, every bala required should be with me. That because of lack of bala, that I couldn't do that work. No, every bala required is there at that time for me to do that work. Like Hanumanji. Sharira bala was there for him when it was required. Manobala was there when he had losing the hopes because he could not find Mother Sita. Buddhi bala was there as to how to negotiate with Rakshasas or even while how to talk to Mother Sita and what to give as message to Ravana. Every bala was there with him, isn't it? Required, just available. Mast hai if we have all the bala with us. And the moral bala is there, ethical bala is this, character bala. All of them are strengths only. Jnana bala, bhakti bala, upasana bala, सब कुछ bala. So apyayantu mamangani vak pranaha chakshushrotram ato balam. By these words itself, you can feel how Shruti Mata is expecting every of the individual to be in what a highly qualified level. Here, this mantra is uttered by the disciple, basically. Maybe Guru too, though Guru is in the Brahmasthiti, at Vyavahara when he has to teach disciple, his faculties also should be intact that way. But mainly, by the tone of it, you can feel it is the mantra from the disciple standpoint. वो जाते जाते रास्ते में अपने आप को बोल रहा है अरे मेरे सारे इंद्रिया शक्तियाँ ऐसे रहे कि when I am going to the Guru, I am ready to serve him. I am not lazy, I am not energyless, I am not distracted. All my limbs should be fully in my control so that I can do what he says. So a disciple, while going to the Gurukula, he is thinking, he is praying, he is doing sankalpa for himself. होना चाहिए ना कि when you go for a picnic or tirtha yatra, you have to do these upanasanas prayers. That is 21 days I am going for yatra. My limbs should be healthy, health should be perfect, all my indriya should be perfect, so that I accomplish this yatra successfully. नहीं तो you pay money, go up to the place and there you collapse with unhealth. Without darshan you come back. होते नहीं कितने लाखों लोगों का ऐसा होता है. So understood the importance of this prayer, that we have to be very intact, healthy at our apyayantu mamangani vak pranas chakshusrotra vatho balam. Up to this is the stula sharira and jnanendriyas and karmendriyas. So to indriyani cha sarvani apyayantu. So essential it is. It's very crucial, very subtle so much that I cannot leave you halfway without myself understanding for myself and trying to put in words. Is it not that how much we are troubled by our own indriya, karana, antarindriya called as mind? कितना तंग कर रहा है वो with its own desires, with its own imaginations, with its own projections, with its own fears, with its own nastika bhavas, with its own laziness, with its own distracted way of living. Our mind is such a big shatru to us. कोई इंस्पिरेशन नहीं हो रहा है पढ़ने को, साधना करने को, नोबल लाइफ जीने को. Imagine if our mind is in the apyayana sthiti, so cooperative, so coordinating, so continuously with us. Should we not have such type of mind? Our own mind, it has to be a biggest mitra to us. mana मित्र बन गया तो बाकी कोई मित्र की जरूरत ही नहीं. So to if the mind is shatru, no other shatru required. Right now it is. One side we are studying Shastra, but other side, throughout the day are we not victimized by our own mind? पता ही नहीं चलता क्या कर रहे हैं. 100% it is either in rajoguna of doing unwanted things or tamoguna of crying, tired and sleepy. Always complain, always demands. what a wretched mind we have. Apyayantu mama manaha. And the mind is fully in that positive status, positive state. It's a great asset. Arre Baba. That is why there is no saint who has not prayed to the Lord to bless his mind and who has not did sankalpa for his mind to be positive or prayatna. Tanme manaha Shiva sankalpamastu. May mind be always have Shiva sankalpa. Mana is very essential. Apyayantu mama manaha. Ask from today. This mantra is so important that when this mantra are done and through that whatever blessings that are said there are invoked, our outer life also will be full of contribution successes. Spiritually also we grow. So much that in the case of these instruments, when we have not taken care, world also we will fail. Spiritually also, even one step we cannot move ahead. That's why in the beginning only this mantra is said. So Indriyani, the mind. So to the buddhi we talked about yesterday's talk. Common sense that way. The buddhi should be sharp and subtler and shrewd enough to reject what is not good for me. So buddhi named Indriya also Apyayant. एक बार सुनते ही बात समझ में आ गया और याद है हमेशा. How nice it is. चित्त, which is store of memory. आप्यायन तो होना ही कि नहीं चाहिए. चित्त should have always the memory of mantras. सुबह उठते ही Upanishad mantra remembered and I sat 10 minutes in contemplation. Anytime work is done, I am just remembering one of the other story of Purana and just I am feeling inspired. Or any topic of any of the Shastra. The Leela Upakhyana I am remembering. Or Rama Lakshmana Samvada I am remembering. And those mantras I am remembering. Dharmate, Virati, Jogate, Jnana, Jnana, Moksha, Prada. Not only mantra remembered, the meaning. Meaning is important. Mantra kya? मंत्र के द्वारा अर्थ अर्थ के लिए मंत्र है ना. जस्ट इमेजिन व्हाट अ ब्यूटीफुल थिंग. विहाय कामान्य सर्वान पुमान शरत निसुर निर्ममो निरहंकार. ये श्लोक याद आ गया. एवरी वर्ड सो ब्यूटीफुली एक्सप्लेन्ड बाय शंकर भगवान. वी हैव रिमेंबर्ड. विहाय परित्यज्य कामान सर्वान अशेषान है ना. देन विहाय कामान्य सर्वान अशेषान पुमान चरति. The charati words meaning deha sharira poshanarthameva charati. Nispruhaha sharira jivana spruha api naste. Nirmamaha sharira nirvahanartha vastu prati api mamata naste. Nirahankara vidya prapti vidya adi prapti nimitta abhimana api naste. No, did we contemplate on them? Why? Because buddhi pata nahi kahan gayi. Pray apyayantu mama buddhi. So chitta sari. Chitta mein sab yaad hai, so we will be able to revel in it. Because in our chitta these things are not there. And because in our chitta all the nonsense of the world is there. 24 hours we are worried only about those things which have no solution or which are never a problem. वही सोची जा रहे हैं. वही तो क्या चल रहा है बाबा चित्त में. Worried about the world, worried about the money, worried about the children, worried about grandchildren. अरे they are in their own world. Why are you? But चित्त में भरा हुआ है सब कचरा. And the सबसे terrible is the ego. Apyayat. Should not be my ego be responsible, committed, spiritual, disciplined, knows what exactly it has to achieve and knows what exactly it has to do. Should not my ego that way from morning till night, every day, live a spiritually fulfilling or fruitful life? Every day regrets and remorses कि अरे यार जो करना था नहीं किया मैंने, जो नहीं करना था करा है. See that ego has no command in its own life. It's not able to manage its family of the antakarana, sharira, indriyas. Every day they are chaos and confusions. Every day is an opportunity given by the Lord to this ego, and every day is a failure, nothing but regret towards the end of the day. आज भी मतलब आज भी गंदा काम कर दिया. आज भी फिर से. You understand? Like that, some people are there. Every Sunday they go and their Lord asks, दोबारा आ गए तू? हाँ क्या भगवान, I did all mistakes. Every day our ego is only doing mistakes, regrets at night, and thinks, कल के दिन I will live a fulfilling life. पर पता नहीं कहाँ जाता है, याद ही होता नहीं. सुबह उठते दिन खाओ पियो, go only the worldliness. Like every life, every day night sleeping is like a death. At the time of death or after the death, that jiva says, कि next life I will live spiritually. Like at the night, every one of us think, कल के दिन तो मैं सुबह 5 बजे उठकर I will do all sadhana. But again when we get up, same thing. So ahankara also apyayantu is, it should be a bhakta ahankara. Should be sadhaka ahankara. Ahankara means aham. Identity I'm talking about. An identity as a devotee, an identity as a disciple, an identity as a seeker, an identity of the one who's practicing Samadhi, Sadhana, Sampada. That identity we have to have. What identity we have? A Kami, a Krodhi, a Lobhi, Mohi. All these, our nameplate is that only. In one of the text, I think Vivek Chodavane sometime we saw, what is your identity? Is this Maha Moha Graha Grasata Avagahana. Hmm. Mahamohagraha Grasita Galitatma Vagahanaha means I am such an individual whose Mahamoha has consumed Atma Jnana. That is my identity. Dhiyo Nanavastam Swayam Avinayan Tadgunataya Apare Samsare Vishama Vishapure Nimajjonmajjayam Brahmati Kumati Kutsita Gatihi. महामोहग्राह ग्रसित कलितात्मा वगमनः धियो नानावस्थां स्वयमभिनयन्स्तद्गुणतया अपारे संसारे विषम विषपूरे जलनिधौ निमज्जोन्मज्जायं भ्रमति कुमतिः कुत्सितगतिः. Oh, beautiful sloka it is. Mahamohagraha, the big delusion has consumed my purpose of life of realizing self. Identity. How I saw what it should be. This aham, the apyayita aham, not to prove to the world, not to boast there, not to get name and fame. They're all secondary. If the Lord wants to serve the world, He makes this famous and He gets His work done. Otherwise, so many people have come and gone. How does it matter? It is Lord's work, it is the need of the world. That is all secondary. Primarily, the aham apyayanam is what I am to myself. What I am to myself. What is an identity I have of myself? Which one I am continuously daily strengthening. That is the meaning of ahankara also. So Manabuddhi Chitta Ahankara we have seen. Chitta itself in another form, Nivasanamaya Kosha. Already said. Apyayan. That all of them have only the positivity. Pushti of positivity. No the negativity. ऐसा संकल्प करना है लगातार करते जा. ओके. आप्यायन्त ममांगानि वाक् प्राणश्चक्षुः श्रोत्रम अथोबलम इंद्रियाणि सर्वाणि. Up to this we have said. Next line is Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. Very powerful. है ना? The three ways of looking at this sentence is one, Sarvam Brahma. Everything is Brahman. How to understand? Upanishadam. Everything is Brahman, which is a reality or fact. Will be taught to you only by the Upanishad. All other literature talk about the things of the world as the bhogavastus. Therefore, they tempt us to indulge in them and they guide us to do various activities. Even the Puranas, Itihasas, even the earlier portions of the Veda, they talk about, other than the Upanishads, the world to be bhogavastu and how to get it and involve in it. But that is not a fact. That's all binding only. As long as we take the world as bhogavastu, we are bound. What is the only way to liberate ourselves? Sarvam Brahma, when you realize it. Who teaches it? Upanishadam. Upanishad alone teaches. Sarvam Brahma, Upanishadam is everything is Brahman taught by Upanishad. One meaning of it. Second is what? Sarvam Upanishadam Brahma. In the Upanishad, every word that is uttered is the revealer of Brahma. Therefore, as much you have respect, reverence to that Brahma Tattva, respect to the every mantra of the Upanishad. That is the meaning of Sarvam Upanishadam Brahma. Everything that is there said in the Upanishad is Brahma. Third is what? Sarvam Brahma Upanishad means if you have really studied Upanishad, how do you say, when do you say that you have thoroughly studied Upanishad? For you, when theoretically, practically, experientially, everything is known as Brahman. And studied Upanishad, still not understood the world as Brahman. Studied Upanishad, still the practice is not done that everything is Brahman. Upanishad is studied, still everything is Brahman, not experienced. Then we have not served the Upanishad or studied it or got benefited or blessed. That's the meaning of Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. Respect the Upanishad because it reveals the truth that everything is Brahman. And in that there is liberation. See, one liberation is I am anyway liberated. Second is what? The whole world is liberated from my cruelty. Because I don't trouble the world anymore. Because I know the world is Brahman. These are very sensitive thoughts that when I don't realize Brahman, the whole Jagat as Brahman, then I see the Jagat as something other. That seeing the Jagat as something other than is the first of all the subsequent cruelties and criminalities. जगत को ब्रह्म रूप में नहीं देखोगे तो ये क्रूरता है. Because after that you see it with Dvaita Bhava, then you develop Raga, Dvesha, Kama, Krodha, and so many of the thought level, action level, word level crimes we go on doing towards the world. How much world is troubled by me because I am not seeing the world as Brahman. Sarvam Brahma Upanishad. So everything is Brahman as taught to us by the Upanishad. That's called Drushtim Jnanamayam Krutva Pashet Brahmamayam Jagat. Remember, Drushtim Jnanamayam Krutva means by studying the Upanishads and understanding all the logics, examples, etc. Pashet, start seeing the Jagat as Brahman. This is the whole goal of us. Pashet Brahmamayam Jagat. Here Drushtim Jnanamayam Krutva means experiencing it. Pashet Brahmamayam Jagat is living that experience. Living. That's our goal. Never forget. गोल क्या है? ब्रह्मानुभूति भीतर बाहर. ब्रह्मार्पणम ब्रह्म वे ब्रह्माग्नो ब्रह्मणाहुतम ब्रह्मैव तेन गतम. All that. So sarvam brahma upanishadam. Sarvam brahma upanishadam. Sarvam upanishadam brahma. When I study the Upanishad, Brahma Anubhuti, Brahma Drushti should happen. Therefore, till that happens, only one source is Upanishad. Upanishad, Upanishad. है ना. अब भोजन करोगे तो पेट भरेगा, तृप्ति होगा. हाउ लॉन्ग वी हैव टू ईट द भोजन? टिल द पेट भरेगा, तृप्ति होगा. सच भोजन विच गिव्स तृप्ति, पेट भरना, एनर्जी, दैट भोजन इटसेल्फ इफ यू ड्रॉप, यू डोंट डू इट, भूखे रह जाओगे, वीक हो जाओगे, सारे बीमारियां विल कम बिकॉज नो इम्यूनिटी. सो टू द लिबरेटिंग ब्रह्मानुभूति गिविंग उपनिषद. So the bhook pyas mitna is equal to all the sukha prapti dukkha nivritti. That happens with eating the food is equal to that happens by the studying and doing sadhana of the Upanishad. If food itself is given up, how we become weak? If Upanishad study and sadhana if we give up, how we continue to be a miserable samsari? Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. आए कि नहीं बात थोड़ा समझ में? Sarvam Upanishadam Brahma. Now the next one is very, very, very powerful. In this, the disciples' heart is put in front of us. for us to get inspiration that we also should have that heart. In the entire shloka, this is one of the important sentence. Feel the meaning of it. Feel the intensity of it. Have that emotion also. What it is said, the next line is Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. So Ma means not. Aham me. Nirakuryam reject. Brahma ko. May I not do the Nirakarana or rejection of the Brahman. Ma aham Brahma Nirakuryam. Aham Brahma ma Nirakuryam. Aham मैं ब्रह्म को ma never Nirakuryam reject, discard, disregard, disrespect, delete, eliminate. Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. देखो, how important is this thought? Remember, whenever I am not having Brahmanubhuti, whenever I am not trying to have the Brahmanubhuti, either having it or trying to have it, whenever these two I am not doing, everything else what I am doing is basically Brahma Nirakarana. And because I am doing it, I am away from Brahman. And Brahman is Sachidananda, and I am away from it. Therefore, I am suffering the Asat, Achit, and Dukkha. The fear of Asat, death, Achit, being cheated by everybody, and always miserable. Why I became miserable? Why am I having always fear of death? Why am I being cheated by the world? Because I have done the Nirakarana of the Brahman. So this disciple is Maham Brahma Nirakurya. It's a big topic. I'll have to talk on this at least for 15 minutes. कल बताऊंगा पूरा. Maham Brahma Nirakurya. You know, any kamana we have to become Brahma Deva in Brahma Loka, to become Indra Deva in Indra Loka, to become Varuna Vayu Agni. If you have studied Purana, Itihas and Vedas, those possibilities are revealed to us. If not that, we are in this very world and we are exposed to so many things. Here we have the desire. I have to become this mantri, that mantri, this businessman, that man, this much of amount of money I have to have, this Vishaya Sukha I have to have, this Bhoga I have to have. In every of this thought, what I am doing first of all is the Nirakaranam of Brahma. है ना? जैसे आपके हाथ में 10 लाख रुपए है. You just put it there and poured some kerosene on it and burnt it. How foolish it is and how worst is that example, or how funny is that doing. Okay, by not seeking Brahman and by seeking anything as it is listed, how we are doing the same thing. We are doing the nirakarana of that money and its value and its blessings in our life by burning it. पैसे को जलाया मतलब उससे जो लाभ होता है उससे हम वंचित हुए, अपने आप को वंचित किया. Same way, by asking anything else, we are doing the Nirakarana of Brahman. By doing Nirakarana of the Brahman, we are only invoking nothing but dukkha in our life. Maham Brahma Nirakurya. Very, very powerful. Therefore, for the moksha, to gain the Brahma Vidya, the first thing is keep intact all our limbs. Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas, Antakarana. Second one is Maham Brahma Nirakurya. May I not do the Nirakarana, rejection of Brahman. Well, how do I do the rejection technically? When I don't accept the presence of Brahman. That is called as Abhavana. Second is, way I reject the Brahman is, maybe there Brahman, but I don't think I can achieve it. That is called as Asambhavana. With that also we do the Nirakarana of the Brahman. Third is, that's what I said so far as examples, that other than Brahman, something else we value and we go for it. In that way, we reject Brahman. That's called Viparita Bhavana. Viparita Bhavana means something other than Brahman seeking. Asambhavana means मेरे से नहीं हो सकता है. Abhavana means Brahman is not at all there. So attacking Brahman, Brahman not there. Weakness in oneself that I cannot reach Brahman. Attracted to the Jagat, saying that I want Jagat. So attacking Brahman, Brahman is not there, is Abhavana. I cannot do and achieve is Asambhavana. I want something other than Brahman is Viparita Bhavana. These three are the ones by which automatically we have done the Nirakarana of Brahman. Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. How powerful is that sentence and the way of saying it? With so many years of Upanishadic study, still we have not understood it. And we are doing Abhavana, Sambhavana, Viruddha Bhavana. As if Jagat alone is real, how serious we are about the world and worldly things. While doing it, we are totally neglecting the presence of Brahman. Like आपके घर में कोई महासंत योगी आए or even avatar came. And you are not even looking at them, they are already standing there. आप उनको देख भी नहीं रहे हो, इधर उधर भाग रहे हो, चल रहे हो, अपना काम कर रहे हो, चाय पी रहे हो, टीवी देख रहे हो, सेलफोन पे बात कर रहे हो, and एक घंटे से ही standing there. How it looks like when a great Jnani Mahatma came into your house and he is standing there without even offering him a kursi or even asking him, welcome, आइए बैठिए. You are so busy in your own activities. Looking at him also you are not recognizing him. Pashyan na pashyati. How it will be? What is that situation? Practical example. अपना दांत मांज रहे हो, अपना नहा रहे हो, अपना मेकअप कर रहे हो और नाश्ता कर रहे हो, सब कुछ कर रहे हो, and that Mahatma is standing. You know, that is called that Mahatma ka nirakarana karna. Same thing we are doing with the Brahman. Brahman is there everywhere. We are not caring him only. नजरअंदाज. तुम रहो रहे तो मैं तुमको देखूंगा भी नहीं है Brahman. That anyway the other worldly people are doing. We were also doing earlier. Even after studying the Upanishads. Studying Upanishad means you only invited that Brahma, that Mahatma at home. खुद आ गए is general case. खुद हम बुलाए, बुलाने को तो आए हैं. Yet we are not recognizing him. We are busy in ourselves. Is even after studying Upanishad, still not seeking Brahman, doing everything else. Nirakara. This is how the sentences of the Upanishads have their deep meanings. Then the punchline of all that is what? Why I am not experiencing Brahman? Heart in heart, you are doing Nirakarana of it. Be honest, admit. Then what is the expression of non-Nirakaranam acceptance? So many texts we have studied recently. These two texts. One is Laghu Vakya Vritti, second one is our Yoga Vasishta Maharamayana. Did not in both texts, Laghu Vakya Vritti Mahashankar ji or in the Yoga Vasishta Maharamayana, Saraswati Mata. Didn't she tell Leela what is the Brahma Abhyasa? तच्चिंतनम तत्कथनम अन्योन्यम तत्प्रबोधनम एतदेकपरत्वम च ब्रह्माभ्यासम विदुर्बुधाः. Doing that is called as Brahma, not Nirakaranam, the opposite of it, Brahma Swikaranam. So Brahma Nirakaranam we do, Jagat Swikaranam we do. That's why we are suffering. So Jagat Nirakaranam karo, Brahma Swikaranam karo. That's the sadhana. सो माहम ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम. कुछ भी हो जाए ब्रह्म का मैं नजरअंदाज या इंसल्ट या निराकरण या नेग्लेक्ट मैं ना करूं, स्वीकरण करूं. माहम ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम इज इट इज टेलिंग अस यार तुम ही तो निराकरण कर रहे हो, और कौन है? यू आर योर ओन शत्रु. सो फ्रॉम टुडे से दिस सेंटेंस, दिस होल श्लोका आज से जिंदगी भर हर दिन बोलना कम से कम एक बार मैं कह रहा हूं, हो सके तो 11 बार. बिकॉज दिस फुल ऑफ सो मच स्टफ, दिस पर्टिकुलर मंत्र. दैट वे एवरीथिंग भद्रम करने भी आल्सो सो फुल. यस चंदसाम ऋषभो विश्वरूपः, सो कंप्लीट. Channo Mitraha itself is again wonderful mantra. This also, Apyayantu Mamanga. Vak Prana, Chakshushrotram Athomanam, Indriyan Sarvani. Now Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Visa, Maham Brahma Nirakurya. May I not be distracted, lazy to do the Nirakarana of the Brahman. Let me not value anything more than Brahman. Let me pursue the Brahman only, दिन रात सुबह शाम. ऐसा संकल्प करने से धीरे धीरे होता है. अदरवाइज स्टडी ऑफ उपनिषद से मजाक थोड़ी है, वो टाइम पास थोड़ी है. दिल बहलाने के लिए है क्या? दिल दहलाने के लिए है क्या? दिल गलाने के लिए. जाते बेगी द्रवो मई भाई. Little more about this Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, then Mahamam Brahma Nirakarot. And these two being so important, two times, again once more the Shruti Mata tells to repeat, or the disciple beggingly repeats. Anirakaranamastu, Anirakaranamastu. Then how it is possible that we don't do the Nirakaranam of Brahman and Brahman doesn't do our Nirakaranam when we are qualified? What are the qualification? Tadatmanirteya Upanishads Dharmaha Temai Sant. One day we have to study that also. So कल एक दिन और लगेगा इस मंत्र के लिए, परसों भी लगेगा शायद. कल ही कर सकते हैं चाहिए तो. ओके, बट मन नाइस शांति मंत्र. मैं तो दिल खोल के एंजॉय कर रहा हूँ डिस्कसिंग ऑन दैट. दिल खोल के, मुंह खोल के. आई एम नॉट वरीड अबाउट अदर थिंग्स. Feel it because it's a crucial thing. It is filling your car with the fuel. है ना, फ्यूल से जब भरोगे ना आपके व्हीकल को, उसके बाद लंबा सफर आप कर सकते हो. इफ देयर इज नो पेट्रोल फ्यूल, घर से बाहर निकलते ही गाड़ी रुक जाती. दिस मंत्र इज फ्यूल व्हिच कैन टेक till we reach to the destination. Take us. आप्यायन्तु ममांगानि वाक् प्राणा चक्षु श्रोत्रम अथो बलम इंद्रियाणि सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम माहम ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम मामाहं ब्रह्म निराकुरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणमेस्तु तदात्मनिर्ते उपनिषद धर्माः ते वै सन्तु ते वै सन्तु. See the standard of these sentences, the level of the sankalpas and the prayers and the wishes in that. Highest they are. Let us study also it in that mood and let us use this mantra also in that way. Ordinary नहीं है. इतना बड़ा उपनिषद का ये शुरुआत वाला शांति मंत्र. And throughout the day it is required. So I expect you all to by heart this mantra. Maybe in as early as next to 10,000 years. I don't know how much time you take. मैं क्या ना tell you कि 1 घंटे में याद करके आओ, फिर भाग जाओगे. If you are in my hands, we would have done that. अब तो कहाँ हो गया, ऑनलाइन में कहीं मिलते नहीं मिलते. So I can tell you, 10,000 साल में बाय हार्ट करो इस मंत्र को. ओम 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 ओम. So with this, the Upanishadic class, we just continue tomorrow. Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, Mama Brahma Nirakarot. Let the Brahman do not do the rejection of me. Why will he reject me? That we'll study tomorrow. Okay, now we'll take up our second topic today, as we do every day, respecting, revering our Shruti Mata, the Vedas. The Veda Mantra Ucharana will be our second activity. Shall we do that? That mantra today we will be doing is again from the ATHARVANA Veda. Today, from the ATHARVANA Veda, the mantra which we are learning of 8 mantras is that in which Sthula Sukshma Rupena all the Visha inducing living beings or the thoughts go away from our life. Okay? The Visha Chikitsa Viniyoga Mantra. You know? The 3 main Vishas are: one Visha, poison which kills our body. Second Visha, poison is which kills our mind and heart. Poisonous. Because of somebody's words when you listen, some books when you read, some programs you watch without your proper maturity, then it has filled your heart with Visha. And the world of bhogis, etc. they do. Third Vishata is the inducing Visha in our spiritual personality. Like in today's world, on the name of logics, intellections. First thing they do is they try to reject Sanatana Dharma, reject Adhyatmikata, reject all the sadhanas. पता नहीं उसको उनको क्या मजा मिलता है अब. You have no answer to that. They are made like that. We only have to take that. They are there to test our faith in our Adhyatmikata. If you're not careful, listen to their words, example, logics, you get converted into non-spirituality. That is a vision. आध्यात्मिकता को मार डालने वाला विष, कैरेक्टर कंडक्ट एंड नोबल लाइफ को मार डालने वाला विष, शरीर को मार डालने वाला विष, पॉइजन. ओ है, यू डोंट गेट इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय इट, गो अवे फ्रॉम दैट. खासकर द सेकंड एंड थर्ड, ऑल द थ्री, दोज हु डू इंड्यूस द विषरूपी विषयत्व, विषरूपी the durgunas in our heart, keep away from them. And those people who are, throwing that poison to destroy the Sanatana spirituality, keep away from them. Ab dekho, we have studied Upanishads. They don't study it. They don't do the said sadhanas. They never reached up to the Brahma Sthiti. Without doing all of that, they reject. And with their already decided mood, कि मैं reject करूंगा ही. They are all called solidified, ignorant, arrogant people. And with their fanaticisms. No, we cannot discuss with them, we cannot argue. Spirituality, Vedanta, Brahma Vidya is not an intellectual argument and all. And it's a pure something beyond. It's intuitive. It is a different heart altogether. How do they know all this? Especially those who are Nastikas, born in other religion. They talk every nonsense about our Puranas, our Avataras, our Rishis, our Adhyatmikata. अब ऐसे लोगों को भी होते हैं इस जगत में. अब क्या करें? दैट फेलो इज डूइंग सो मच सिन, पाप, पता नहीं कितने जन्म नरक में जाएगा वो. और हमें बच के रहना है उनसे. भाई स्टडी Katha Upanishad right from beginning to end, and there are 42 meditational techniques are given without biasness. Do all of them and see if you have not realized Brahman, then you reject it. But they don't do all that. विश्व याद रखो जिंदगी भर में, to accept something, you need not do any experimentation or proof. Mere faith is required. But to reject something, we have to go through all the processes and see that really it has not given result, then you can reject. So these are all Nastikas who reject Sanatana Dharma and all. Did they practice everything that is said? They have to practice. Then when the result doesn't come, then they can reject. Bina kuch kiye, how can you reject? To accept, you don't need anything. It's a faith, it's positive thing. Think about it. But they don't have all these common senses. That is a different type of rudeness and rigidities. ये भी पॉइजन होता है. बचो अपने आप को. ठीक है. ओम अथ समस्त विष निवारणार्थम अथर्वण वेदांतर्गत सूक्तम. So in this, Garutman is the Rishi, Garuda Bhagwan, Vainataya. Then Brahmana, Dyava Prithvi, Sapta Sindhus, Suparna, all these are Devatas. Even a shloka comes in which the Visha itself is addressed. Please don't trouble me, go away from. Okay. So the mantra goes like this. The first, with 10 heads and 10 mouths, the first Brahmana is born. Who is that? The Takshaka snake only. He is said to have 10 heads and 10 mouths. 10 heads means hoods and mouths. Then that Takshaka took the Somarasa. Therefore, he has become eternal Chiranjeevi, not dying. This Takshaka alone induces Visha everywhere. To that Takshaka we are praying. O Takshaka, don't induce Visha anywhere. And where the Visha comes to us from first, the Kanda Mooladi Janita Visha. There are some foods by themselves, they are poisons. Therefore, you can't call them as food at all. Second, they become Visha Yukta either in time or because mixed by something else. So the food poisoning aspect is addressed here in this first mantra. Second, as long as the Dyuloka and Prithviloka are there, as long as all the rivers are flowing and oceans are existing, rivers are flowing, so long from this place and from all the places where I travel, with the help of this powerful mantrocharana, I am destroying the Visha from all the Kandamoola. Now the need of it, को इतना vision रखा अपने साधना का लोक सेवा का, but wrong food eaten, the health is spoiled. सारा चौपट हो जाता ना. Somebody even died also for food poisoning, and all his dreams, all the dreams of their parents, they're all shattered just by eating Vishapurita Bhojanam or any drink taken. See, frequently in India happens. The polluted drink or toddy they drank, 50 people died, 40 people died. और कोई शादी में या स्कूल में या हॉस्टल में विषैली भोजन खा के इतने लोग बीमार हो गए. Don't you listen to all that? And half of the medical cases are because of wrong food and food poisoning. More worst thing is what? Ki the adulteration of the food. भोजन जो जीवन और अमृतत्व देना है उसको मारने वाला विष बना रहे हैं ना the people out of their greed and selfishness. And after saying this bold statement that people are mixing so much of poison in the food, etc. The other day I bought the mango. When it is cut, पूरा वो इतना पत्थर की तरह एक है. Then I kept it for पकने के लिए 2 दिन के बाद देखा. Inside it became so black. All the things I had to throw only. Now half of the mistake is we blame them. Second half is my mistake. क्या तुम मरोगे बिना आम का? I become bhogi. Therefore only I am troubled by the world. My consumerism only makes the world commercial. The other day we saw. So therefore, second mantra. Third one is let Bhagavan Garutman, who has consumed the snakes and that through the snakes consumed the poison also, I pray to him that may he bless me in such a manner that when I am on this path of spirituality, gaining the jnana, let this jnana be not poisoned by anything. May this jnana neither be destroyed, nor it be misinterpreted, nor it is misused, nor it is forgotten. See that power of the prayer. And the poison itself is addressed. Oh poison, though you have entered to kill, but with this mantra shakti I am requesting you, you should become the food, not the killing poison. तो विष को भी भोजन बनाने वाला मंत्र है. That's what the mantra shakti. When somebody is bitten by the snake, that snake biting का एक मंत्र होता है. In that mantrocharana, that poison becomes the food. Therefore, instead of killing, it just gets digested and goes out. Mantra shakti. Then the fourth mantra, oh food, you are consumed by the bow and arrow, which is like the hand with 5 fingers. So you entered in the stomach. See, this mantrita vruksha jadi booty I am giving, with which that visha which has entered by eating the food be destroyed. So too, you are traveling, somebody shot you the arrow, that arrow is smeared with the poison. है ना, जब युद्ध होते हैं ना वो एक दूसरे को वो एरो पे पॉइजन लगा के मारते, so that there is no chance for the fellow to be alive. With the, when animals are killed, it is not done because animal has to be eaten and all that. उसको नहीं, मनुष्यों को मारते ना, पॉइजन लगा के मारते. So let that bana arrow which is put with the Visha, that is neutralized with this mantra. I am praying to that nook of that arrow to drop that poison, and I am asking that poison itself to leave that and go. So too, if at all by mistake that poison has entered through the arrow, let it quickly go out of the system by all the process. So therefore, in this way, that arrow with the poison become poisonless. Very outset में, the one who is using the bow and arrow to poison others through shooting, his dhanurbhana be broken, his intention should be destroyed. So too, the one who is powdering and making the visha, and the one who is using it, and those who are throwing the poison from distances, and those who are mixing that poison in the food, etc. May all of them with this mantra shakti be totally either made good in their mind to drop all this negative intention or eliminated. Same way that the mountain of thoughts of individuals whose thoughts are poisonous, let that mountain be destroyed. So too, O Visha, whoever have extracted you to misuse it, they all be destroyed. You yourself also, O Visha, get destroyed. So too, the various forests or the mountain ranges where such poison is created or produced, they also be eliminated. This is the mantra, 8 mantra wala sukta. So here, through bhojana, the visha will enter. Through arrow, the vishan will enter. Then apply in so many ways. Vayu ke dwara, jala ke dwara, you can consider them to be through bhojana only. So to the bana ke dwara entering visha means you have touched a poisonous tree, or some place you sat which didn't know that it is infectious. In whatever the way, from outer sources to the stula sharira, to the antakarana, to the adhyatmikata, the poisoning happens. All that sources are requested to be eliminated and destroyed. Shall we chant this? Start. Om Atha Vishanivarana Suktam. Om Brahmano Jagne Prathamo. Om Brahmano Jagne Prathamo. Dashashirsho Dashasyaha. Dashashirsho Dashasyaha. Sasomam Pratamaha Papau. Sasomam Pratamah Papau. Sachakara Rasam Visham. Sachakara Rasam Visham. Om Brahmano Jagne Prathamo. दशशीर्षो दशास्यः स सोमं प्रथमः पपौ स चकारारसं विषं ब्राह्मणो जज्ञे प्रथमो दशशीर्षो दशास्यः स सोमं प्रथमः पपौ स चकारारसं विषं सेकंड यावती द्यावा पृथिवी यावती द्यावा पृथिवी वर्णिमा यावत् सप्तसिन्धवो वितष्टिरे वर्णिमा यावत् सप्तसिन्धवो वितष्टिरे वाचं विशस्य दूषणीं वाचं विशस्य दूषणीं ताम् इतो निरवादिशं ताम् इतो निरवादिशं यावती द्यावा पृथिवी वर्णिमाय वर्णिम्ना यावत् सप्तसिन्धवो वितष्टिरे वाचं विशस्य दूषणीं ताम् इतो निरवादिशं यावती द्यावा पृथिवी वर्णिम्ना यावत् सप्तसिन्धवो वितष्टिरे वाचं विशस्य दूषणीं तामितो निरवादिशं थर्ड सुपर्णस्त्वा गरुत्मान् सुपर्णस्त्वा गरुत्मान् विषप्रथममावयत् विषप्रथममावयत् नामीमदो नारूरूप नामीमदो नारूरूप उतास्मा अभवः पितुः उतास्मा अभवः पितुः सुपर्णस्त्वा गरुत्मान् विषप्रथममावयत् नामी मदो नारूरुप उतास्मा अववः पितुः सुपर्णस्त्वा गरुत्मान् विषप्रथममावयत् नामी मदो नारूरुप उतास्मा अभवः पितुः 4 यस्त अन्यत पंचांगुरिर यस्त आस्यत पंचांगुरिर वक्राच्चिदधिधन्वनः वक्राच्चिदधिधन्वनः अपस्कम्भस्य शल्यात् निरवोचमहं विषं यस्त आस्यत् पंचांगुरिर्वक्राच्चिदधिधन्वनः अपस्कम्भस्य शल्यात् निरवोचमहं विषं यस्त आस्यत् पंचांगुरिर्वक्राच्चिदधिधन्वनः अपस्कम्भस्य शल्यात् निरवोचमहं विषं 5th one शल्याद्विषं निरवोचं प्राञ्जनादुतवर्णधेः पर्णधेः अपाष्टात् शृङ्गात् कुल्मषात् निरवोचमहं विषं शल्याद्विषं निरवोचं प्राञ्जनादुतपर्णधेः अहिष्टात् शृङ्गात् कुल्मलात् निरवोचमहं विषं शल्याद्विषं निरवोचं प्राञ्जनादुतपर्णधेः अपाष्टात् शृङ्गात् कुल्मलात् निरवोचमहं विषं 6 अरसस्त इशो शल्यो अधोते अरसं विषम् उतारसस्य वृक्षस्य धनुष्टे अरसारसम् अरसस्त इशो शल्यो अधोते अरसं विषम् उतारसस्य वृक्षस्य धनुष्टे अरसारसम् अरसस्त इशो शल्यो अधोते अरसं विषम् उतारसस्य वृक्षस्य धनुष्टे अरसारसम् 7th mantra ये अपीशन्ये अधिहन्न य आस्यन्ये अवासृजन् सर्वे ते वद्रयः कृता वध्रिर्विश्वगिरिः कृतः य अपीशन्ये अधिहन्न य आस्यन्ये अवासृजन् सर्वे ते वद्रयः कृता वध्रिर्विश्वगिरः कृतः ये अपीशन्ये अधिहन्न य आस्यन्ये अवासृजन् सर्वे ते वद्रयः कृता वध्रिर्विश्वगिरिः कृतः 8th mantra वध्रयस्ते खनितारो वध्रिस्त्वमस्योषधे वध्रिः स पर्वतो गिरिर् यतो जातमिदं विषम् वध्रयस्ते खनितारो वध्रिस्त्वमस्योषधे वध्रिः स पर्वतो गिरिर् यतो जातमिदं विषम् वध्रयस्ते खनितारो वध्रिस्त्वमस्योषधे वध्रिः स पर्वतो गिरिर् यतो जातमिदं विषम् ओम शांति शांति 8 मंत्रास एक बार आज पढ़ते हैं टुमारो इमेजिनिंग और meditating not only स्थूल रूपेण स्थूल सूक्ष्म सर्व रूपेण for us individually, for our India, Bharata Mata, for Sanatana Dharma who are trying to do the Visha Prayoga. Let all that Visha become Nirvirya, and those who are doing the Prayoga, they themselves should get back this Visha and get destroyed. With that Sankalpa, we do 5 times tomorrow. आज तो एक बार पढ़ते हैं. ओम अथ विष निर्मूलन सूक्तम. ओम ब्राह्मणो जज्ञे प्रथमो दशशीर्षो दशास्यः स सोमं प्रथमः पपौ स चकारारसं विषं यावती द्यावा पृथिवी पर्निम्नाय यावती द्यावा पृथिवी परिम्ना यावत् सप्तसिन्धवो वितष्टिरे वाचं विशस्य दूषणीं तामितो निरवादिशं सुपर्णस्त्वा गरुत्मान् विषं प्रथममावयतो नामी मदो नारोरुप उतास्मा अभवः पितुः यस्त आस्यत् पञ्चङ्गुरिर्वक्राच्छिदतिदन्वनः अवस्कम्भस्य शल्यात् निरवोचमहं विषं शल्याद्विषं निरवोचं प्राञ्जनादुतपर्णधेः अपाष्टात् शृङ्गात् कुल्बलात् निरवोचमहं विषम् अरसस्तैषो शल्यो अधोते अरसं विषम् उतारसस्य वृक्षस्य धनुष्टे अरसारसं ये अपीशन् ये अधिहन् ये अस्यन् ये अवासृजन् सर्वे ते वद्रयः कृता वध्रिर्विषगिरः गिरिः कृतः वध्रयस्ते खनितारो वध्रिस्त्वमस्योषधे वध्रिः स पर्वतो गिरिर्यतो जातमिदं विषम् ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. See the need of such prayers and such cares to be taken. Okay, friends, we have done our also. Second, our Mantrocharana Vedic. Now the Mantra Purvaka Dhyanam in the Rishi Parampara. Today, Gayatri Mantra will chant about with full bhakti, full Shraddha again. Another one of the Sapta Rishis in one of the Manvantras. The name of the Rishi is KRATHU Rishi. KRATHU Maharshi also one of the great Maharshi. Okay. In short, the KRATHU Maharshi ke bare mein, he is Brahma Manasa Putra. Second, again, he is also one of the Prajapatis. He is also one of the Saptarishis and one of the Manvantaras. He is famous in Yajna, Tapasya, Dharmacharana. And by his name only, something beautiful. KRATHU. KRATHU means generally the Yajnas. KRATHU also means the thoughts. KRATHU also means the actions. So Yajnas, thoughts and actions. KRATHU. So the one who has all these Yajnas noble, thoughts noble, actions noble, he is KRATHU Maharshi. Like in that we have seen in the Bhadra, Ano Bhadra Suktam, the first line only. Om Ano Bhadraha Kratavo Yantu Vishwataha. Bhadraha Kratavaha Vishwataha Ayantu. KRATHU means there the thoughts. Let all noble thoughts come from all directions. KRATHU also means karma, action. KRATHU is famously known for Yajna. KRATHU, Ashwamedha, KRATHU and all of that. So by name KRATHU Maharshi is यज्ञ करने वाले हैं और उनका वाणी भी यज्ञ स्वरूप है, उनका एक्शन भी यज्ञ स्वरूप है, थॉट्स भी. ओके. His bharya is Daksha Prajapati Putri named Kriya. One thing important about KRATHU Maharshi is his yoga shakti. He has got the santati, not one or two. How many 60,000 of them. KRATHU Maharshi santati. They are called the Valakhilya Rishis. They are always in a Angushta Parimana. That's it. And they are always busily in their tapasya, meditation, etc. for the sake of the world. And those Valakhilya Parvata in our Uttarakashi, our Paramaguru, Tapon Maharaja's ashram, opposite Gangaji. Then there is a Pandav Parvat, etc. Then right side when you see, there they show that as the Valakhilya mountain. From that Valakhilya mountain only, you go there, you will go to the Nachiketa Tal also. Valakhilya Parvat. Foothill we have gone out. We can't climb the whole mountain. But daily दूर से नमस्कार तो किए थे बहुत दिन. So the Balakhilya Rishi, 60,000 in number, always engaged in in tapasya, in Tambu size. They are all the Santana of this Kratu Maharshi. So they were always Surya Bhagwan Stuti they used to do, Gora Tapasya they do, Divya Jnanis, they were all. Bhagavad Purana also talks about, Vishnu Purana also, Brahmana Purana also talks about the Kratu Maharshi as Prajapati and Mahatapasvi. He is famous for his Druda Sankalpa, he is famous for his Yajna Bhavana, for his Mahatapasya, and his Karma Yoga of serving the world. So to Dharma Nishtata. All these are the important things to be known about our Kratu Maharshi. Okay, simple mantra. Om Kratum Prajapatim Vande Brahmaputram Tapodhanam Valakilyanam Janakam Dharmajnana Visharadam. About the Kratu Maharshis, that one. So, what we do is Kratu Maharshi, Kratu means Yajna, therefore Yajna Rupaya Vidmahe Valakhilya Pitre Dhimhe Dhimahi Tanno Kratu Maharshi Prachodayat. This is what is the mantra. Yajna Rupaya Vidmahe Valakhilya Pitre Dhimahi Tanno Kratu Maharshi Prachodayat. And that Kratu Maharshi Sakshat Parabrahma Rupa, we are worshipping him, we are meditating on him, we are praying to him to bless us. Blessings are remove all the inner and outer Shatru and poison. See that we are prachodita in Adhyatmic sadhana intensely. Reach out to the goal in this very life at this very moment. And also pray that the Sanatana Dharma, samasta Shatrus get destroyed. Sanatana Dharma, Rakshana, Abhivrudhi, Vishwayapti should happen. Very clear, every day our intention is very clear. So within heart also, we are strengthening our positive intentions and we are sending these thoughts into the universe. And we are praying and expressing our desire to all the rishis and devatas. And if our desires are true and noble, they will fulfill. They have to do that. Start. Om Parabrahma Swarupa Kratu Maharshaye Namaha Dhyayami Avahayami Stapayami Pujayami Chhatrachavanadin Savarpayami समस्त शक्त्योपचार भक्त्योपचार देवोपचार राजोपचारान् समर्पयामि मंत्रेण गायत्री मंत्रेण स्तोत्रेण भजन कीर्तनादिना तोषयामि नमस्करोमि प्रपन्नोस्मि प्रार्थयामि मां रक्ष रक्ष इति. We'll do the mantra, then we do the prarthana again. Om Yajna Rupaya Vidmahe Valakhilya Pitre Cha Dhimahi Tanno Kratu Maharshi Prachodayat. Om Yajna Rupaya Vidmahe Valakhilya Pitre Cha Dhimahi Tanno Kratu Maharshi Prachodayat. Om Yajna Rupaya Vidmahe Valakhilya Pitre Cha Dhimahi Tanno Kratu Maharshi Prachodayat. Om Yajna Rupaya Vidmahe Valakhilya Pitre Cha Dhimahi तन्नो क्रतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम यज्ञरूपाय विद्महे वालकिल्यपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नो क्रतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम यज्ञरूपाय विद्महे वालकिल्यपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नो क्रतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम यज्ञरूपाय विद्महे वालकिल्यपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नो क्रतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम यज्ञरूपाय विद्महे वालकिल्यपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नो क्रतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम यज्ञरूपाय विद्महे वालकिल्यपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नो क्रतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम यज्ञरूपाय विद्महे वालकिल्यपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नो क्रतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम यज्ञरूपाय विद्महे वालकिल्यपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नो क्रतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम यज्ञरूपाय विद्महे वालकिल्यपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नो क्रतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम यज्ञरूपाय विद्महे वालकिल्यपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नो क्रतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम यज्ञरूपाय विद्महे वालकिल्यपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नो क्रतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम यज्ञरूपाय विद्महे वालकिल्यपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नो क्रतुमहर्षे प्रचोदयात्। ॐ श्री क्रतुमहर्षये नमः। नमस्करोमि तव चरणौ शरणं प्रपन्नोऽस्मि। प्रार्थयामि मां रक्ष रक्ष परिपाहि परिपाहि। समस्तबाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रुनिर्मूलनं कृत्वा आत्मानुभवं प्रति प्रचोदनं कुरु कुरु। स्वाहा अस्मिन् जन्मनि एव आत्मानुभवं प्रैदेहि। अस्मिन् क्षणे एव। तथा च सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकैन्दवसंस्कृतेः भारतवर्षस्यापि बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुघ्ननिर्मूलनं अभिवृद्धि विश्वव्याप्तिं प्रयच्छ प्रयच्छ। ओम श्री क्रतुमहर्षये नमः। 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 Done all the things. And what common sense thought we'll study today? Time to ho gaya. Gita also you have to study. Simple idea is given. You work it. Work on it. Today's common sense thought is Narayana, you know, like the women folk are very experts in their wonderful visualization aspect. When they are not married, about the marriage, their vision. You know, that they'll be married to a wonderful person, highly rich and qualified and a great family, and she has gone and she's loved so much by them and all. Visualization. Sapna dekhte rehte. And the married ones, you know, बढ़िया सा ड्रेस साड़ियाँ पहन के all the गहने वगैरह पहन कर they have gone to that marriage or party and everybody are looking at only her only how funny she is or how nice she is that she has her own picturization, imagination, visualization. Men folk have their own imagination, picturization, visualization that their projects are becoming successful, whatever the field they are in, and then they are given all those respects, laurels, and awards and rewards. There is value to them. So, Lord has given this mind for us for this picturization, visualization. Use that for oneself in both ways. That if I continue present life of extrovertedness, worldliness, है what will be my after 5 years, 10 years position, my position. Visualize 10 years के बाद 20 साल का अगले जन्म भी अगला कैसा होगा मेरा. Because what we are entertaining continuously, that alone will come to us. Now, if we continue what we are doing, visualize how will be our next life also. Do you want that? Same way, visualize if I am spiritual and do my sadhanas intensely, what would be my status position? Again, after 5 years, 10 years, next life, next 10 lives, picturize. Karo. In that visualization, each of the things we are doing and benefiting and going to the next stage. And we have reached the final stage. And how blissful it is, like the saints and sages, that we are also in that stage of the Brahma Jnana Prapti. Picturize karo usko. Then think for yourself. Therefore, as per that vision, if this is what going to be me, if I continue what I am doing, and it is not wanted, then slowly change your course of life. So too, when our imagination, what will happen when I do Adhyatmic sadhana is pakka, so beautiful, then start involving in it. Like she visualizes that when I go with all gehna and good dress, they will recognize me. Then she takes that time to set herself, isn't it? उस शादी में अपने आप को प्रस्तुत करने के लिए पहले विजुअलाइज करके देन शी डज हर मेकअप जून कप जुलाई कप मीन्स 3 महीने शी विल टेक नाउ द जून इज गोइंग ऑन शादी कब है? सितंबर में। क्या कर रही है? मेकअप कर रही हूँ। हमसे? या क्या है, तुम्हारा शादी थोड़ी है 3 महीने से मेकअप करती। अरे मेरा है तो मैं 1 साल से करती हूँ। Anyway, so she does. In the same way, if I want मेरा 5 साल के बाद ऐसा हो, उसके लिए फिर जो करना है करो ना। Without visualization, we cannot practice. Without practicing, visualization is of no use. So visualize and keep on practicing, isn't it? Everything we visualize may not happen, but that can give us an inspiration. We can start at least being on the positive path. So imagine karo. Yeah. All I am not giving the whole details. In fact, that was in my mind, but the time nahi hai, isliye main nahi de raha hu. Just visualize when we have detached from the sharira. All sharira rogas, they won't trouble me at all. Visualize that all attachment to things and beings have gone. Visualize all cravings are given up. What is the loftiness? Visualize that your intense upasana puja brought that पूजनीय भगवान, आराध्य भगवान in front of you. गणपति पूजा किया, गणपति का दर्शन हो गया. विजुअलाइज करो कैसा होता है. How nice it is that we are having साक्षात्कार of गणपति and he's blessed you. Visualizations कहते हैं इनको. They are all one part of big sadhana. Very important it is. Like the visualization of worldliness is the worst curse we invoke on ourselves, because after visualization only we become bhogi and we work only towards that. Same power of visualization can be positively utilized. Think about it. Om Purnamadaha Om Sri Shruti Mata ki Jai. Om 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 Om. Thank you, friends. Now join half an hour for Gita also.